Hey guys, Tyler here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Faymonville approach. Today, spawning on the left, we have Dragan Torbica as the LC player, and his loadout is mechanized assault, Jaeger armor, and spearhead. Facing off against him on the right, we have oziligath. I've read this name so many times and I've been pronouncing it wrong the whole time, I'm pretty sure. Oziligath. Been saying it oziligath. If you're wondering what I was saying it earlier. So, oziligath. Okay, there we go. Straight away locking in guard motor. In terms of ranks, rank 130, Austria versus... rank 160 Soviets. So a pretty evenly matched game. oziligath though does have a couple other factions in the top 100, so competent all-round player. Going for an M3 start though, which is very unusual against Austria. Have to be so much more cautious with how you use it, since Grenadiers can Faust it straight away. Generally, I don't think it's that good of an idea on a smaller map like this. Just feel like the chasing distances to get the retreats, like get wipes on retreat, just makes it not that effective. But sending it straight away out to the Pioneers, which are on their own on the left-hand side. No Faust, they can't really do anything about it. So yeah, maybe if you want to use it on a larger map, something like Faymonville. Or a map with, I suppose this does have some decent chunk of negative cover on the roads, but something where squads are inclined to retreat down roads and you can just chase them down the road a long way. Try to secure those wipes on retreat. But yeah, using it very cautiously here. And hasn't had very good fuel control early. Dragan Torbica getting off to a good start in the fuel control department. Jumping into a building here, has to get out. He must throw his satchel in. Could have cancelled it, but I think it's fine just to let it blow up. This is a very strong building to put a machine gun in, so having it destroyed when you're not going for a machine gun strategy of your own does make sense. Especially if he loses his M3, then otherwise dealing with this could be a real headache. Trying to like run around the side, then sneak in squads from multiple angles to overwhelm it. So, can be tricky. Oh! Yep, there it goes. M3 down. I don't think he got value from it, honestly. Pretty much a good demonstration of why you should not use the M3 against Austria. You can do it, you just have to be very cautious. And you just have to be really hunting the wipes, like basically trying to force retreats, try to catch isolated squads so that if they do go for the Faust, the squad will end up dying anyway. Situations like that. Suppression does come in on those penals. That was a dicey one. If they're going to keep getting sniped, there was a possibility it would just go down. We do have a half-track coming in, Dragan Torbica, for a 3 grenade half-track strategy, so that should be coming online at a very rapid timing.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Because he's had such good resource control, he can go for that 3 green timing. Things were going a little bit worse for him. Generally need to get the 4 greens, but in this case 3 greens should do the trick and allow that half track to come online even earlier. Start roasting and toasting. Oziligath. Does have a guards commander though, so probably going to pop out some guards quite soon. But does actually need a decent chunk of manpower before we can do that. No munitions for a PTRS on one of his penals as well, so he could be in for a shaky next few minutes. Oh, Flame half-track catching the squad. Both the models are quite healthy though. Might be able to get away. His base machine guns are quite strong. Risky using your half-track in front of them. Ooh, doesn't want to commit any further. Oh, very close to a white though. Ah, I was like, why is oziligath's manpower so low? It's because he's gone medics already. It can sometimes put a little bit of a tax on you around this important timing. But yeah, generally to keep a half-track in check, you're going to need 2 squads with the PTRSs. Oh, but not if the half-track runs over a mine here. Oh, there it goes. And guards coming in from the other side. Oh, half-track down. Excellent mine there. And definitely baiting the half-track in with those 2 squads of penals. Excellent play there from oziligath. That was like really good bait into the mine. Oh, some P-greens coming out from Dragan Torbica. Oh, and they're about to get a wipe.
The sector has been cut off.
Don't leave me like this.
He's trying to crawl around the other side. The other 2 squads do come out of suppression. Oh, and he does have the DP upgrade on them as well. Oh, bundle grenades. Dodged nicely. The green's taking some big damage, but here comes the green blob. In full force. And he's backtracking to some heavy cover. Try fight this one out. Oh, he's closing in. Green's coming in from the other side. Squad has to retreat, getting too low. Just overwhelming numbers here. Yeah, should just retreat a little bit earlier. Bleeding a little bit too much manpower, staying in like a heavily losing engagement where he doesn't need to be. He doesn't need this cutoff. He doesn't have the fuel connected at the moment. I mean, all he's really missing out is this munitions, but he still has this munitions captured in the north, so retreating earlier, saving some manpower, doesn't cost him too much in terms of territory, so it would be the right choice. And it's not like he's waiting for reinforcements to come up to swing things around either. Just bleeding a little bit too much manpower. Oh, I think that was just a little bit unlucky on the retreat there. Engineer down. And important timing as well. This is when he should be trying to get his tier 3 tech down. So bleeding this much manpower from his squads, fighting these bad engagements, and losing his combat engineer means now that the tier 3 is going to be heavily delayed. We'd ideally want the tier 3 up by now, and does have enough fuel basically for tier 3 and a T70, so you really see the impact that bleeding this much manpower and losing these squads is having on oziligath's build. Cover there. Maybe just hold the line for a while, allow the penals to come up on the flank. Oh, big bundle grenade, but reasonably well dodged. Here comes the Grenadiers again though. But oziligath has had so much fuel. It's really in a good position in terms of fuel. It's the manpower now to get his tech going. Here it comes. Yeah, Dragan Torbica, since he's lost his half-track, has been struggling for territory control. Quite badly, honestly. Still hasn't connected these far-off territory points, though, so he is missing out on a decent chunk of resources. You can understand, like, missing out on one of them for quite a long time, but both of them for this long? I feel like that's a pretty big leak. Maybe when these pioneers came up here, they should have captured this before going for the munitions point. Because he's losing a lot of resources because of it. More engagements in the south. Penals should be able to win here. No weapon upgrades for Dragan Torbica on any of his grenadiers. Don't think we've seen any telemines. Just seems like he's been that low on munitions. Peregrines. Oh, no. Well dodged by oziligath there, getting out of the range. That bundle grenade. Nice attempt though, kind of throwing it into the approaching path if they're going to close the distance, but with guards you don't really want to be closing the distance anyway. Once they have the LMG upgrade.
T-70 light tank has arrived.
Oh, grenade though. Once again, pretty well dodged. oziligath really on point with the grenade dodges so far. If that was me, I probably would have been hit by at least two of these. Now she only a ping, you know. T-70 hit in the field, but 13-minute T-70 so late. Still usually worth getting. At these like super late timings though, it is worth considering whether you should just go straight for tier 4 and get out a medium tank. You've been bleeding a lot of manpower, but your map control's been excellent. It is worth considering whether medium tank first should be your first option. Something unusual as well. oziligath went for a PTRS squad on his penals, but he got that like quite a lot of time after the half-track died, right? There's no reason to get... In fact, it's actively bad. Oh, look at this gunner getting chain sniped. Oh, doesn't quite make it out, and now Penal's coming in from multiple angles. Should be able to steal away that MG here. Should be closing in with both of these squads. Oh, Dragan Torbica in a little bit of trouble, and oh, but actually does have his tier 3 down. A little bit of fuel away from a Panzer IV still though. Does have a anti-tank gun though. Looking for a shot on the T-70, finds it. Oh, takes 2 hits. That T-70 getting off to a rough start. Taking Faust and now taking 2 shots, been out of commission, requiring repairs for most of its life. And with a potential Panzer IV coming in very rapidly, things are looking a little bit grim here for oziligath. Also doesn't... okay, going for tier 4 now. Should definitely be repairing T-70 first. Okay, switching over now. Want this back on the battlefield having impact. Build your tech at any time, but Is not going to be well prepared for this Panzer IV. It does have 2 PTRS squads, but no tier 2 down, so no ZIS. This Panzer IV is looking very strong, and the fact that oziligath is actually going for tier 4 means he's not going to have the resource for an SU-76, which is a pretty good counter to the Panzer IV, especially the Austria one. I believe the SU-76 has a 100% chance to penetrate the Austria Panzer IV at all the ranges. So very reliable against it. Others of course receive some changes in the upcoming commander mod. And here it comes. Panzer IV. Be interesting to see if he completes the tier 4, just tries to hold the line, or if he cancels it. No, I think he's double building it with 2 combat engineers, so he's really low on manpower as well. Unfortunate timing there. Now he's got to wait essentially like 50 fuel perhaps before he can get a SU-85 or something to counter this Panzer IV. And because he went for a second squad of combat engineers right there, it's not like he can now tick and get out of ZIS either, because he's so low on manpower. A lot of errors, I would say, overall in the way oziligath is approaching this match. Panzer IV in here doing some damage. PTRE squads rotating around to fight it. Oh, don't just throw men away though in front of it. Really needs to conserve his manpower if he wants to afford a tank. There he goes, retreating now. There's 4 models there though. PTRE squad coming in from the side, but machine gun gets the suppression on them as they close over the road. But, you know, oziligath rather, has been controlling a good chunk of the map. Had superior map control for most of the match after the flame half-track died, so it's actually getting quite a lot of fuel. Generally, when you get, you know, like a big advance like this, like a tank superiority over your opponent, you want to go for the jugular. Try and knock out your opponent's fuel straight away, rather than just fighting in the middle. Try really put the screws on their fuel and delay their counter. Force them to do some like suboptimal counters to your build. Right, some good mines going down though from oziligath again. So using the P4 up here is going to be a little bit treacherous, and I never got a little sweeper here. The Dragan, so kind of dangerous, and that's in fact a T-34-85 coming in for oziligath. Fair enough. Good counter the Panzer IV as well. Second squad of P-Greens coming in for Dragan. $70 up here, perhaps hoping to bait Panzer IV. Actually no, because the T-34-85 is on the other end of the map. Or maybe he's trying to bait Panzer IV in with the T-70 so the 85 can come in surprise. Not the case actually. 85 down in the south, pack rotating to try fight it. Central into the building. Doesn't actually quite destroy the building, interestingly enough. Here we go, pack getting some shots in on the 85, forcing it away before rotated around. Oh, T-70 right in front of the P4. Oh, the P4 misses the first shot. But it landed the first shot. Maybe it'd be worth considering trying to chase. You do have the pack right nearby for support. The T-3485 rotates to try and kill you, so... But yeah, missing the first shot. Definitely don't chase in those scenarios. Has managed to connect this point finally. Still hasn't got this one up here though. Does have one weapon upgrade. Has been throwing a lot of grenades though.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Still no commander section from Dragan either. At this point, probably worth going for Spearhead, getting the Panzer Tactician and the frag bombs. There's the recon plane. Mainly Panzer Tactician though. Frag bombs are good, especially if up against quite a lot of team weapons, which, you know, there's a stolen MG42. Get T-70 doing a nice job hiding behind the building here, limiting its exposure to return fire. Here comes the 85 through the middle. Hacker's actually nearby though. Able to return fire.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
A little bit surprised we didn't see a second pack actually from Dragan instead of the second P-Green. I think as long as he upgrades all his grenadiers with weapons, he would have been able to fight this off well enough. Fight the penals off well enough. Gets the shot in. There was an attack round attempt, but just missing. Nice try though. You know, if you can do that extra little bit of damage, force out for repairs for even longer, that's all to the better. As for oziligath, does have a lot of munitions though, so you can just use crew repair. A little regard for the consequences. Nice attempt moving into the retreat path, but no wipe there. That squad does have the PTRSs, so not outputting the same damage as it could be. So now we have a Stug and a selection of Jaeger armor. Guess he's wanting those spotting scopes. Slightly unusual pick though. I mean, that's basically all he could be using it for. I suppose the recon plane same as... Oh, grenade! Oh, both ways. Dropping some models. Here comes the T-70. Oh, driving straight into the pack. Takes one shot. Panzerfoil rotating. In these scenarios, best to leave your pack... Well, I was going to say best to leave your pack facing this way whilst your tank comes in from the other way. Oh, but P4 missing. T-70 still in some trouble. Oh, P4 a little bit slow on the chase. Oh, T-70 somehow escapes. Incredibly lucky. I suppose the P4 was a little bit late chasing in there as well. Kind of stopped over here for a good chunk of time. By firing on the move with that range. Not a high chance of actually landing the shot. And things are about to get a lot worse for Dragan Torbica, because another T-3485 on the way. Another squad of guards hit in the field. Really needed that kill on the T-70 to stop getting overwhelmed here.
T-34 ready for combat.
Okay, so a couple more LMGs coming online now, which should help in the fight against the infantry. Good choice. Double PTRS going after the Panzer 4 there. BP's pretty close to even at this stage, so still plenty left as well, so Don't have to worry too much on that department. And here comes the Stug actually, finding a good angle on the T-3485. Oh, and a long-range Faust connects. T-3485 in trouble. Second one coming in to support, but it's not at full health. Misses the first shot. Stug could stick around and just try to get one more shot in. And does. There it goes. T-3485 looking to chase in. Get the return kill. But here comes the Panzer IV. Oh no, where are the PTRS squad? Still in the south. Oh, and the T-3485 goes down. Both tanks dying there. Oziligath. Oh, lost a squad of guards as well.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Yeah, clearly his micro just getting overwhelmed in that hectic fight. Everything falling apart all at once. Might be able to recover the MG42 though, so that's nice. Set him back a long way though. I think that's one thing oziligath really didn't do, is use the crew repairs. There's no excuse for that second T-3485 to be damaged there. If you're not strapped for munitions, and he's definitely nowhere near being strapped for munitions, should be using that crew repair whenever possible, basically. Keep the downtime on your tanks to an absolute minimum. T-70 getting away. SU-76 coming in for oziligath. That's how under pressure he feels. I think he could afford to wait for another medium tank though. You know, the second tank here is a Stug, not a Panzer IV, so it's not like he's going to be getting pumped by the vehicles that hard. Just trying to hold the line with his PTRE squads.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
The SU-76 alone, he's got to be careful because it can very easily get overwhelmed. Doesn't have that much health, so it's very vulnerable. Stug can just chase it down. Especially where, you know, doesn't have that much access to snares. He's got one squad of guards with the button and one squad PTRS penals with the sticky satchel, but they have to be in the right place at the right time to stop this from getting ambushed. And so far the positioning of oziligath with his support play hasn't been that strong. You know, those double PTRE squads were down the south the entire time that his tanks were fighting over here. Oh, speaking of, Stug chasing in after the T-70. T-70 sticking around too long, but luckily Stug misses twice. Incredible luck for the T-70. Easily could have gone down there. Penal still doing the damage though, still fighting well. Faymonville, you know, especially in the north, can't take full advantage of those LMGs all the time, so we're still holding on to territory nicely this game. And you can see how much fuel oziligath has. Like, you know, he hasn't been getting pushed off the field that hard. The SU-76 hasn't really helped him out too much. I think he could have just afforded to wait on for another T-3485 or an SU-85. I think time was on his side. SU-76 rotating around. But now the Panzer IV's Vet 2, you know, are not guaranteed to penetrate it. P4 going in. Didn't activate Blitz before doing this though. Slight mistake. Oh, he's actually out of munitions, that's why. SU-76 getting out. And as I said, needs the snares there to stop the rush, but kind of lucky. P4 decides not to chase in any further, gets out of there. And Torbica has a lot of fuel. I wonder if he's trying to save for the elephant. I mean, that's a good meme. He's a little bit under strength in the anti-infantry department if he does go for the elephant, but he's actually not that vulnerable because there's no ZIS, you know, there's no tier 2 down for oziligath at the moment, so actually countering the elephant for oziligath is going to be quite tough without any access to the ZIS. And yeah, I mean, with the elephant on the field, like these tier 3 vehicles with their, you know, 400 health pool, not gonna last long. One elephant shot and then a follow up from either of these other two, that's death for those tanks. Even one shot from the elephant and a Faust is death. And go into the building. No dodge, but doesn't end up taking that much damage. Oh, but Penal Squad goes down. Before mopping it up. T-70 operating in the north though. Still helpful, still forcing squads away. So I guess still holding on to a good chunk of the map. I think that's where Dragan Torbica is kind of a little bit underwhelming. Hasn't really been harassing the fuel that effectively this game. Seems to be overall very conservative with his capping and territory harass. Needs to be a little bit more aggressive on that front. Once you have an advantage, you know, you really need to leverage it. Before coming in from the side, but runs over that mine.
The enemy is attacking our HQ.
So COH2 getting some hits in. Strigger's right there. Combination does make it out alive. Needs one more COH6 shot to connect here. Got the Penals providing sight, but misses that shot long range. COH6 chasing him for the kill, but I think he lost sight of the Panzer IV. These squads charging into the middle instead of trying to chase after the tank and maintain sight. So yeah, COH6 goes down and P4 escapes.
We have 200 points remaining.
Right at the time that the S-85 hits the field as well. So unfortunate timing for oziligath. Like I don't really blame him too much on that front, because you know the tank hit the mine. It was go time, but oh man, loses the T-70 there. That was also really just. Oh, you can't be using it when it's like on 2 shots. You know, you can, especially with the Vet 3 pack with their super high rate of fire. You just briefly appear in front of it and your vehicle's dead. Anyway, SU-85 on the field now, using the focus sight mode, getting some free hits on the Stug long range. Oh no, just in the arc of that machine gun. Big bundle grenades. Oof, that one hurt.
Guards troops ready for action.
Peebling's getting overwhelmed there though. MG also getting overwhelmed. Dragan Torbica, I thought he was going to call in the elephant, but I mean he's just been continuing to float after hitting the magic numbers for it, so I'm not sure what he's doing in that department. I guess maybe his army, once it's fully reinforced, he doesn't quite have the supply for it. Just those Peregrines are fully juiced up. So if that's the case, maybe you should just get another medium tank in the meantime. Another Panzer IV or something like that. I think would be the right choice.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Okay. Free squad going down there. Okay, both the medium tanks are ready to fight for Dragan. MG trying to hold the line here, but spreading out nicely as Dragan, avoiding the AoE suppression. A lot of mines down for oziligath. MG goes down just inside the base, but should be safe there. And going for another T-70. I think he should probably go for a T-34. Just with the amount of anti-tank that's on the field at the moment, I don't really think the T-70 is going to stay alive that effectively, and needs a little bit more anti-tank to fight off these vehicles. Obviously the T-70 can't help with that at all. G85 trying to fight this one long range, but missing quite a lot of shots, firing on the move. P4 coming in here, but not on prioritized vehicles. Now blitzing out to safety. Squad goes down on the flank there. That was P-Greens. Oh, SU-85 goes down though, max range inside the base. Oziligath throws in the towel. So, a lot of mistakes from oziligath there, I would say. Build order mistakes, engagement mistakes. Like, you know, I'll forgive him having trouble controlling all his units during hectic fights. You know, that happens to the best of us, even at the super high level. But yeah, a lot of build order mistakes, I would say. To his credit, a lot of good mine planting though. As for Dragan, just playing a solid game overall. Bit conservative with his capping, never even captured this point up here. A lot of lost resources. Generally, yeah, it's just bad. And also, once he got the lead, kept his army at around, you know, mid-70s instead of pushing up to close to 100 for the win. Also a mistake. But I'm sure a lot of you guys is also making the same mistakes, and you know, we don't get to see these kind of mistakes in the pro games, so it's a good learning opportunity for everyone, which is what these slightly, you know, still good games but slightly lower rank games are all about. Learning experiences for all of you, because you can see what people are doing wrong a lot more easily than what they're doing right. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.